Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to graph a linear inequality and two variables. So the first thing to know here is that if you have, let's say in this case you have greater than or equal. Now anytime you have greater than or equal or less than or equal, now I'll say this here, if you have greater than or equal or less than or equal, you actually have to use a solid line when graphing. And the reason why is because it's inclusive. You're including the values on the line, okay? And if you have greater than or less than, no equality, you have to use dashed line, okay? And what it means is that the ordered pairs on the line are not included in the solution. Okay, so that's very important. All right, so knowing this, you can actually graph, right? All you gotta do, guys, is to make sure first thing to do is to graph 2x minus 3y equals 6. So you're gonna try to graph this using the coordinate plane. So let's say you have the y-axis here, the x-axis, so y, x, okay? And now all I need is at least 2 points so I could, graph the line, okay? So I'm gonna try to look for 2 points. Let's say, in this case, I'll look for 2 intercepts because they're actually points on the line as well. So I'll say, okay, let's get the x-intercept. And by getting the x-intercept, I'm gonna let y be 0. And if y is 0, then I'll have 2x minus 3 times y, which is 0, is equal to 6. And I'll have 2x equals to 6. Then when you divide both sides by 2, you get x equals to 3, okay? So x equals to 3. Then the ordered pair here is the x value, which is 3, and the y value, which is 0, okay? So this is the first ordered pair. Now I need another point. So I'll say, let's get an x and a y-intercept now. So, okay, let me say, let's get a y-intercept, or I can put it here, y-intercept. So to get the y-intercept, I'm going to let x be 0. And by letting x be 0, I'm going to have 2 times 0 minus 3y equals to 6. And let me put my answer here. So equals to 6. Then I'll have negative 3y equals 6. And I'll divide both sides by negative 3. And I'll have y equals to negative 2, because 6 divided by negative 3 is negative 2, okay? So the other ordered pair, or y-intercept in this case, would be the x value, which is 0, and the y value, negative 2. So you have 2 points. First point, 3, 0. Second point, negative 2, no, 0, negative 2, okay? So then we can graph, right? So I'm going to draw a line through 3, 0, 3, 0. I'll put 1, 2, 3. This is the x value, so I'll put 3 here. And 0, negative 2. Negative 2 is right here for the y value, so I'll put the point here. Then all I have to do here is to join the points here. Draw a line through them. And remember what I said, since this is greater than or equal, so I need to use a solid line like this, okay? So it's a solid line. I'm gonna draw it through these 2 points like this, Okay, trying to make it look perfect here. So this is the graph. This is the line I just draw through the two intercepts. Okay, now I would be done here if this was an actual linear equation in two variables, but it's not a linear equation in two variables. It's a linear inequality. So that means I need to graph the solution set. So where do I have the ordered pairs that are part of this linear inequality? The solutions, I'm saying. Okay, so one thing you can do, you can use a test point, and this is the easiest method to solve this. You can actually use a test point. Let's say if I choose this point, which is 0, 0, okay? If I choose it as a test point, well, I can plug it into the inequality and see if it's true that the point is part of the solution, right? So let's say if I use the test point and it's 0, 0. Now, if I use it and I have, so I'll have 2 times 0 minus 3 times 0 is greater than or equal to 6. Now what I have here, 2 times 0, so this is 0. Is it true that 0 is greater than or equal to 6? Is that true? Now we all know this is false, right? 0 is not greater than or equal to 6, okay? So 6 is greater than 0. So this is false. So I know the test point here, this is not in the graph. So this is false. This side of the line is false. Therefore, the solution must be on the other side, okay? Because this part is false. So to graph this, I can just say, okay, the solution will be on this side. Okay. So on this side of the line, not on the other side because it's false. All right. So you just use the test point. By the way, it doesn't have to be 0, 0. You can choose any point that is actually not on the line. Okay. And remember to use solid line here because it's all the values on the line are actually inclusive. Okay, so this is it. This is how you graph linear inequality and two variable.